for the people who are going to be offended by all the things I said and say I'm horrible, right? Because I understand that some of the things I said are going to be offensive to others. You also have to understand what you just said about first woman, first man together forever. That's beautiful. Yeah. That's the ideal scenario, but it's gone. The reason your mother was probably such a fantastic partner to your father is because she respected her dad, and then she got passed to your father, and then she respects your father, and they're together, right? There was masculine role models. All that's vanished. So when people sit and say, when I say things like, yeah, a man can have different girls or we can have different girlfriends, etc., and people say, oh, you're misogynistic. I'm giving the best advice I possibly know to men, because I'm telling you, if you're a man out here who's not going to mess around with girls, not get any experience with women, not get experience with how they work, find one girl and instantly fall in love with her, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get fucking wrecked. You are. The man who just meets a chick, has no experience with girls, isn't really good at getting new ones, they're the ones who end up sitting lonely at 42 divorced by them fucking selves. Every single one of them. The only chance you have as a man now is being versed enough in the game and having enough experience with women to not get played. These women are sharks, G. You gotta be careful. I'm saying these things.
Oh, he's right.
You know what? You can't be a man with no experience out here and just meeting your first chick and falling in love. Because 99% of the time, it's gonna go wrong for the man.
How was your first love? I feel like you got your heart broken. You said that, right, once?
No, everyone's had their heart broken. It's not about that.
No, definitely.
Everyone's had their heart broken, bro.
Definitely.
It's not about that. I'm saying that when men come along and ask for relationship advice to me, I'm like, and if you want to be good at something, you need experience. BJJ, driving, keeping a woman happy. I can keep a woman happier than anyone because I've had a bunch of women. If I didn't have a bunch of women, I don't think I could keep a woman happy the same. I really don't believe that. If you even asked, I'll argue something else. I don't know if it's true or not. If you ask a man if he wants a virgin, he'll say yes. If you ask a woman if she wants a virgin man, no. She'll be like, no. I ask her, would she?
Honestly, in the West, I think you're right.
She wouldn't want a virgin man. They want men with experience. They want older men. So if you're going to be a man and say, for the sake of love, I want to forgo all of my own experiences and be less competent in the battlefield, that's fine. But I'm telling you that you're putting yourself at risk. I think the best chance a man has now in the Western world is to date, have a bunch of girls, date a bunch of girls, meet a bunch of girls, find the best one he can, and then perhaps settle down. But to sit and say, oh, I've met one now, I'm going to stop the game, you're going to get in trouble. That's why all these men end up in trouble.
Let's say a lot of truths are coming to fruition here. What is your strategy? So let's say all of us here, we want love, we want to provide a structure for a family. Ultimately, we want to sacrifice our lives in some respect for kids. Yep. We're all hyper-competitive males who put full attention into it. You've done a lot in your life. I'm sure that when you have kids, you're going to be like, these are the next top Gs, right? Yep. So what kind of advice can you give? Because a lot of what you're saying, albeit I agreeing with a lot and disagreeing with a little bit of it, what positive note can we give to people? Because if they do get the freedom of truth, how can we put that into a positive tone?
Yeah, absolutely. And the positive tone is completely to fall in love and have children and raise a stable family. That is the positive tone. I'm saying that it's a very dangerous battlefield now. When you were saying I feel sorry for the young people, so do I. It's hard now. Imagine being 15 with social medias and these kind of things. It's nuts. Imagine being a 19-year-old boy now. Every 19-year-old girl you're in love with is on Instagram dating 40-year-old billionaires. It's crazy. And I'm saying that a lot of the men who are the most heartbroken, who are most upset, people underestimate how important your relationship between a man and a woman is in the masculine life. I can tell you right now, you can give a man everything, but if he's arguing with his chick, he's fucked. His head's fucked. His head's fucked. It doesn't matter. It's so important. And I'm saying the best chance you have to negate these things is experience with women. You need a degree of experience as a man. Women innately want it. You see a woman who's unhappy with her boyfriend because he's simping or he's acting stupid or he always just chases me around. Women will tell you themselves, he's boring, It's true. You need to get to the point where you have enough abundance and you've been about the game long enough that you can say, that's a shit test, she's playing games, goodbye. You have to. And I'm saying the only way you can do that is with experience and abundance. So as a man, you need to do your thing, get to a point where you meet the one and settle down. But to sit and say that period where you do your thing isn't necessary, I completely disagree with that. I think you're going to end up wrecked if you don't do it.
That I understand. You're talking about in the Western side. For me, I think religion. You have if you're both God fearing and you live by a certain system of life. If you truly both live by, for example, like Islam and respect God, the marriage is happy also because you know there's boundaries. She cannot say certain thing. I can't say certain thing. I can't do a certain thing. You understand? For me, I'll agree with that. But as a Muslim, for me, it's all about the only reason I don't do things because it's haram. Otherwise, bro, if it wasn't haram to murder, I'd murder everyone.
Yeah.
It's God what pushes me in my plan. No one else can tell me what to do.
I think what Andrew's saying is, I think he says, okay, what you're trying to say is, ideally, if you fall in love, first love, you're both loyal, you're both happy, great. That's the ideal situation. I think the advice he's saying is the most realistic advice. But it is also like can be taken wrong, because it's like, you know what I mean. But that's the most realistic
I have
thing
to
that
give
works.
him more ammo for his impressions of me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
put on the bald cap.
Yeah, exactly.
Bugatti. That's what risk. But the thing is, like, ultimately, a lot of people say shit about you, but I think the most important thing is, what is your motive? And that's a really hard question for people that hate you to respect, because you want better relationships with people. You want people to be happier. Ultimately, people don't realize that a lot of what you're saying is a cheat code to success, because you're not going to lie to someone that's getting into business, go, oh, mate, it's easy. You know, it's going to be fucking, you set up your business, loads of money's going to come in, you get yourself a sports car. You're saying to people, it's going to be shit, this is going to happen, this is the realistic outcome of it.
Completely. And I'm telling you now, the men I know who have the best relationships with women now are men who had a bunch of women. And I don't want to talk from personal experience because I don't give my details away, right? But the men I know who have the best relationship with women now are men who had a bunch of women. There are men who have had a bunch of women to choose from in the first place, so they choose a good one. Because if you have low choices at the beginning, then it's already a bad start, right? Men who had enough abundance to hold frame throughout the relationship, they're the men who have the best relationships. I know men who have done everything right from head to toe, from the absolute beginning, and guess what happened? And I know men who've done the opposite, and it worked out pretty good. Now, I'm not saying that everyone should be degenerate. I'm against degeneracy. I understand that that families are the backbone of society. I believe a man has a role when he's in a family. I believe in the idea of a man and woman being together. I agree with all of that. But when someone watching this is 18, and we're sitting here saying, yeah, family, find love, fall in love, and he meets some 18-year-old and falls in love with her, the chance of them making it, unfortunately, and it is unfortunate because I wish they would, is in the modern world with Instagram, with everyone after his chick, when he's Joe Schmo and fucking I'm messaging her, it's over. And I'm saying the best advice you can give the guy is, when he gets his heart broken and he's truly destroyed, is you need to become a man that women don't leave. So you got to get in the gym, and you got to get more important, and you got to get more women, and you just got to become that guy. There's no other way to do it.
Yeah.